Hi, welcome to the Gapster channel. I'm Gabby and it's a very exciting day. I finally got my Canon 24-105 2.8. This is a very unique lens. It just came out and I'm very happy to be one of the first few to have it in my hands. Why is this lens very exciting? Because it's the first lens that Canon made for video and photography together, and it's called the Z series. Before, to buy a video geared lens, you'll have to mortgage your house before you can buy one. They're like $20,000–$40,000 for a lens. This is not cheap. It's still $4,000, but at least it's kind of affordable. All right, so let's go quickly on what's so great about this lens. The very first thing is the aperture ring. First time we have a video geared aperture ring where you can actually move the aperture ring and go from 22 to 2.8 manually. And if you want to put it on automatic, it becomes like a regular camera photography lens. It's not clicked, so it means it's very smooth, so it won't make noise while you're doing your photography. So you can fade in, fade out, or for other purposes if you want to focus, have more like a more in-depth field or a shallow field and so forth. The next very important thing is it's a parafocal lens. So what does that mean? Let's say you zoom in on a 24 and now you're zooming out. The picture stays in focus, and the other way around. As you zoom in, it stays in focus. You don't have that jitter. It's very often you'll be like taking a little video, and as you're zooming in, it starts to jitter to focus and acquire focus. So you won't get that with this lens. And what's what makes it a great video lens is that parafocal focusing. Another great feature is you can use it as a macro lens. The minimal focus distance is 45 centimeters. That's like really short. And at 105, you're going to get some really good close-up. And the other major thing about this lens is it's tack sharp. So sharp that it's like, I was like blown away how sharp it is. This is not a very light lens, but it's not very heavy either. It's about 1.5 kilos. And I would say medium. After a while, you get used to it. I'm used to carrying some big, huge lenses, so for me, this is not that heavy at all. But I know for some people, if you're using small lenses, then this could be a little bit of a consideration. But I think the trade-off for what you get is pretty amazing. And unlike some of the other lenses, this one is stabilized. Means it's gonna get you some pretty sharp images even when you have some slight movements. If you're focusing, especially when you're using the macro capability of it, this is when you start to see that it's actually making a difference. The lens can also be motorized. It's an option. You have to buy and pay extra for it, but you can attach more. There's some screws here already provisioned for it, and then you can actually zoom in and zoom out in a motorized way, and that's going to give you like that slow cinematic zoom in and zoom out. The overall image quality was really good. I was actually surprised because often when you use a zoom versus a fixed focal lens, you're going to trade off a bit of sharpness. Not in this case. I found my pictures are quite sharp, even at 24 as much as at 105. And that makes it usable for pretty much on a daily based photography where you can take it outside, you want to do some wide angles, you want to zoom in a little bit. So you can use this for a different genre of photography. Wedding photographers will absolutely love this lens because it can give them so much freedom. And often when you're shooting a wedding, you don't have time to be changing lenses unless you start carrying different cameras and stuff like that, and you get more weight and more cumbersome gear. You won't find any chromatic aberration with this lens. This is an L lens by Canon, and it's from their Z series. And the Z series, like I said earlier, is a bridge gap between photography and videography. I hope you like this little preview about this lens. And if you like my channel, give it a like, subscribe, and hope to see you again in another video. I'll put a link in the corners for other videos from my channel that you might be interested in.